this is Tacos Live with Jay and Jeff. Boys, how are you?
We're awesome. As you can see, I'm in the Christmas spirit, and I normally don't do this. It's just, I think it's because of the COVID thing. I go, man, I'm just embracing anything that's good.
You're all in. He's Santa Solomon. He's
rocking the hat and everything,
Well, you better be bringing some gifts, madman, or and by gifts I mean tacos.
Oh yeah, we got tacos, but we also have an amazing guest, which we just can't wait any longer to introduce. Malia Zezo, and she comes from a famous lineage within the industry that we won't even talk about, Dad, but or who? Should we? I don't know.
I'm sorry, who is that? No, just this is spotlight on Malia. This isn't
right.
about.
That's right.
Who cares what the old man does?
Yeah, right. Except we do expect the old man and all his ASB friends to be watching Malia.
Yay! Shout out!
And he should be a proud dad. Malia, say hi.
Of course.
Hi guys. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited for today.
Yeah, that was good faking. That was great acting, Malia. We appreciate you here this morning. You're a star, superstar, not just a star. You're bursting mega nova. So good on you. Way to be. We're excited.
Well, tacos up. Do we do tacos up?
I was just gonna say. So
we do not eat.
Yeah, so this is a tacos up just to show everybody that
Wait, what was that? Leah's got a monster taco.
Oh, you don't screw around.
Oh, look at that bad boy.
Whoa,
that is nice. We are going to set those down and we're going to continue with the conversation. We'll come back to those for a bite at the end.
Painful.
But I actually want to jump in here real quick because yes, I am very close to Malia's dad, and I worked with him very close. And so I have been watching her and everything she has been doing with her phenomenal business, Follow the Sun. I love the idea. I love the premise. I wish there were millions of more people like her out there because what she is doing is pure good. And I am all invested. I've got the Faith Can Move Mountains shirt there in the back. That was the first one. I got her little website right there on the iPad, and then the little hidden shirt always on with me all the time. So Molly, it's been fantastic. So I know they're going to get into a little bit more in depth of what you do, but I just wanted to start out by saying thank you for everything that you do for your community and for your faith. That is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah,
you're like the mega influencer for this brand. You're a brand. Are you a brand influencer? Is that what's going on, Brandon? Is that how this works?
I'm not going to go that far, but I just love supporting people that do awesome things. So there it is.
Oh, well said. And I'm not surprised. And of course, when you see the content we're about to share, I'm going to let Jeff take the lead a little bit, Malia, but I've put some content together, something for us to check out. So first and foremost, we'll typically start with who you are and what you do. So feel free. This isn't about three old guys talking. This is about the rising generation, who's got faith and got drive. And you're going to share with us some of your message. So Jeff, you take it over. And
yeah, we always love to talk about the logo. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the logo here, Malia?
Well, it kind of started out as more of like I have it on a lot of my stuff, like it's like a little mountain scenery and stuff. And it all kind of tied in when I thought of Follow the Sun. There really wasn't like that aha moment of like, I'm going to call it this. It was just kind of like over a period of time where I was like thinking on it. And I was like, I want it to really, be special and, stick out, be unique. Not just like something like, so I don't know. It just kind of came to me after a lot of just like looking around, and I was like, do I even want to start this? Like it was all just a lot going on. So yeah, I just landed on Follow the Sun, and for a while I was like SON, and I'm always telling people that, but yeah, so.
That's good though. That play on words works, and it helps people catch the spirit, pun intended, and it also helps them question it, like, wait, what is that? Is it supposed to be SON? So I think it's playful, it's fun, it's to the point, it has a message in the logo, and it's always positive, right, Jeff, when the logo says what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's outstanding branding, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go forward to some of the things you do, with regards to branding. So Jay did a great job finding this. It's a little bit of your story. It's just from recently here, December EP8. So why don't you talk a little bit about your story? You're only 19 years old, and tell us a little bit about what you're saying here.
Yeah, so this was kind of just like a recap that I posted recently, but I was in my senior year and I just got the idea. I was involved with a youth philanthropy club in high school, and the whole purpose of that was we got grants from our like foundation in our county, and us high schoolers would have to go to these organizations and, you know, pick who we wanted to give the money to and how much we wanted to give them. And it really just brought, you know, like this idea about like, well, I want to do that. Like, how can I do that using my own money or that type of thing? And then of course the, you know, promo family, I was like, oh, teachers. So that's kind of how it, you know, got the ball rolling. And I went and just, you know, it was one thing after another. It's like we're looking back on it now, like how much legwork there was. And it's like, you know, there's people that say a business doesn't start overnight, and it's like you learn that. So I don't know, we just kind of took it one step at a time. It was really cool because our family kind of did it together. Like, you know, we would go get my registration or, you know, and then we'd place the first order, and it was like this kind of like family thing that we were doing, but we were all learning together. So yeah, it was really cool.
You guys could be like the first family of promo because your sister and who else is involved? You know, well, it doesn't matter. Let's not talk about the family. However, it is kind of a family thing, and it's great that you guys all work together to make this happen. And what's even more amazing is how much money you as a young person in a startup business have been able to give away to worthy causes. I mean, this is especially at this time. I mean, this is I'm personally, I was the one who reached out because I go, you, Malia, are the perfect guest for our Christmas show, as it were, the last show of the year live. And we're so excited because it speaks to so many things about, we'll talk more about branding as we do on all our shows. We talk about epic branding and marketing, but it also, in this sense, it's really talking about somebody who has the initiative and support of those around her to go ahead and create something special like this, and then actually do the stuff. And we're going to see a little bit of that as we go forward. So good on you. I've been really excited for sharing this show.
Yeah, me too, Jeff. And the thing that stood out, it just inspiring, really, is you think about the $2,300 to those 5 local food pantries. What a difference that's made. And if for anyone watching that doesn't think that that's a significant donation, that is a huge donation. That's a lot of money, and that's a lot of mouths and a lot of families that probably were struggling, especially right now, who don't want to admit it. You know, we all like to think, you know, no, I got this, but it's been an insane year. We don't need to go into all of that. And there's been a lot more people this year than ever struggling. And I think it's just, your timing is, I mean, on point, and your products are phenomenal and fantastic. And I just wanted to make sure we made that point, that those food pantries, I'm sure, are so grateful. I can only imagine the feelings they had when they saw a young entrepreneur who's giving back to the community, who's got a faith-based principles and a faith-based business, and is walking the walk. Super cool, Malia. Super cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very nice.
All right. So we need to keep moving through, because otherwise, you know what happens. Brandon gets involved.
No, we'll get Brandon involved. We've actually asked Brandon to stay in. So normally Brandon's like gone, and then he comes back with the hook in 30 minutes or something. But we purposely wanted him in, and we're going to get back to having him share some stuff on his experience with the brand as we go forward. But look at this amazing imagery. Jay, you'd like to comment on this photo?
Yeah, this just jumped off of your social feeds. Obviously the message is powerful, but even the quality of the photography, the quality of the shot, it's just framed so well, and it tells a great story. It immediately draws me in. I can see that it's embroidered. By the way, that looks like amazing embroidery. So whoever's doing your work, shout out to them. But it just does great. It's great all the way around. So you've got great lifestyle shot here. It draws me in, and I wanted to share that. Besides the messaging, just the whole package of this looks great. So well done. I don't know if that was luck or if it was a plan. If I were you, I would say it was a plan. I would take credit for it. So
Thank
What's
you.
your thoughts on that, Malia?
Well, it's kind of funny that like I don't really think of it like that, because it like starting this from scratch, it's like I had to work with what I had. And I don't know, like like I don't have this big fancy camera. I don't have, you know, all of the space to work with and that kind of thing. It's just been like this journey that has just happened all along. And it's just crazy because, you know, like a new product will come in and I just use my phone. I just kind of edit it up a little bit, you know, that kind of thing. And that's about it. Like I just try and work with what I got, and it's kind of working. So I'm not trying to like go out and, you know, do all this extra work and then forget about why I'm doing what I'm doing. So yeah.
that's
It's
great.
amazing how good phones are that are easily accessible to us. Unbelievable.
Well, and I'm sure Brandon can speak to this if he wants to, but there's a great message there. It's like, you don't have to have thousands of dollars of photography equipment and wait for the perfect shot. You know, you just rolled up your sleeves, got busy, and did it.
Yeah.
You might have to take yourself off mute, Obi-Wan.
Yeah, for some reason the space bar wasn't working, but whatever. So yeah, no, I actually did want to chime in right there because she has done a phenomenal job of branding and doing the marketing. In fact, she did a really good job of getting her story out there at the beginning. So her and her sister had this whole interview that they did together. And I can't remember if it was for a school project for her sister, or if it was for you, Molly, but we broke it up into some awesome little snippets on why she started Follow the Sun. And it was amazing to see that all broken up and to see that work and to have that story told about the whole project itself. And then it inspired me to go ahead and document the whole process as well. So I actually did put a video together for her as well, from start to finish, from ordering to receiving it to opening the box, and then the follow-up afterwards. And so not only is she doing good on the back end where the proceeds are going to help people, but she's doing everything perfectly in the middle as well. So yeah, I mean, I know that you had family and everything, and you kind of said it was a family affair, but how did that system get developed to create such a smooth business? I know you don't have a lot, is like you're saying, you're not like a big fancy camera, a massive warehouse space, but how has being limited helped you stay focused on what the end goal is?
Yeah. Good question. I would say being at home now, I mean, it's crazy. It's like the whole family's home, and, you know, if I have like a ton of ideas, like we just bounce off each other and we're able to, you know, pick each other's brain about maybe this will look better. But yeah, using this space at home has just allowed me to, you know, stay where I'm at as far as, you know, where I'm donating to. I've tried to keep it local, because being part of that youth philanthropy group, I have seen a lot of these places. So I was like, I know a lot of these people need help, and, you know, staying here at home and just kind of like keeping it. And I was fine. Like I was like, you know, God will keep it as small as he wants it, like, or as big as it, you know, he wants it to get. But I just feel like it's been like, I'm only one person, and it's like, it's stayed, you know, small enough to where I can handle it on my own still, but I can also, you know, run to family member if I like have a question about something, or, you know, I'm like, Dad, like who has this product? And he's like, oh, I know. So
we can get some shirts, right?
Yeah. So it's been really, really helpful, just like having such a supportive family go through this with me, even though it's, you know, I've kind of been like on my own, but then again, I wouldn't be able like to have everything that I've been able to develop with them. So
That's super cool. Love that. Love the fact that you're tying in this with your family. Of course, it means that much more to everybody. Plus, you're going to look back. Trust me. Guess what? This 17-year-old ridiculously distracted young man got started about a couple of years before you, and I'm still stuck here. So I'm kind of stuck on the island of misfit toys, but same thing. I learned to screen print early on and had a lot of fun with it, and realized not only was it rewarding on a financial level, but it was also rewarding on an artistic level. It was also rewarding with the people I was, you know, the energy there with the people that I was meeting. So you are tripping my trigger, sister, because I can look back and see, oh my gosh, has it been that long? So this is your warning. You can get out now, but I wouldn't recommend it. That's funny. Okay, so let's fast forward on the slides. I didn't mean to go there, but I also love this photo, Malia, because it looks so, it just drew me in. It's the brightness of the colors, the repetitiveness of the message, obviously. Now, is this more than just a hair tie? Is this a hair tie for women? Is this a wristband or both, or what is this?
Yeah, it's mostly used as a hair tie. A lot of people just kind of like wear them as a bracelet. I had this idea.
It's stretchy? I'm not familiar with it. So like it has, okay.
Yeah, I actually have one right here. It like stretches.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah, this is also someone in the industry, and I found them, and I was like, wow, it'd be really cool, like a little, just an extra little something. And I literally got the package, stood it up against the wall, took it, and that was it.
You scored, and it's not lost on me that the T in the H is a cross, right?
Yep, just tried to keep the font consistent. So
it's good work. It's well done. And are these things that are bought and sold separately, or are they combined? You surprise and delight people, like throw an extra one in the package, or how do you deploy these?
Well, they're like for sale individually, all of like the little extra like accessory type stuff. But I always throw in extra stuff. I always throw in like, a bunch of goodies in the package. So there's all kinds of stuff when you open it.
Good, as it should be. That's brilliant marketing, by the way. That's giving them a little something extra. Mm-hmm. And our friends in Louisiana and the Creole folks would say that's a little lagniappe, a little something extra on top.
Yeah.
Well, something I want to jump in and say, here again, you have a super simple picture that just looks really great. And however you shot it, how do you shoot? Are you using an iPhone? What are you using?
Yeah, my iPhone.
Okay. The camera on the iPhone is unbelievable. So two things I want to mention, because we always try to bring this content into areas where anybody can relate to. And one is anybody, any distributor of any size can do these kind of cool product shots of things that they're delivering or whatever. And it doesn't have to be fancy. We've shown a couple pictures here. They're not all big high-end professional photographs, but they look like it, and they look really great. And the other thing is the idea of including surprise and delight, with an order, to deliver, something special. So it's relatable to anybody. How do I apply this to my business? That's what Tacos with G and Jeff is all about. We're showing epic marketing, and we're showing, how a young person is starting in this industry, and how at the beginning of their career, they're giving back. It's in the DNA, it's in the DNA of the family and all that. But I mean, that's what's so cool. So we hope that people that are watching will go, wow, how can I do that? Maybe I should think along those lines as well. And so let's move on.
Yeah, let's keep kicking. We've got good stuff to share.
Yeah, there's more good stuff.
Now, this was just amazing on so many levels. So I'll let you tie it in and tell us the story. Jeff, you asked the questions, but I just have to give a super shout out to that sign in the background. It really caught my eye, and it says, all I need today is a little bit of coffee and a whole lot of Jesus. You could do a whole line on that. I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure there are shirts, and somebody else has probably already done that. But what a great way to start a little pop-up shop or whatever's going on here. I don't know. What is it? What is going on over here on this picture on the left?
Yeah, I had an idea a couple weeks ago to have a pop-up shop, and I just love the idea of having stuff, like tangible that people could like literally come and see and, buy right there. And it's just more personable. And I was like, with COVID, I was trying to think of just ways to kind of go around that and, still make it, very safe. And I got the idea of doing a pop-up shop, but I love this coffee shop in our town, and it's small, it's, it's nice, it's very like homey. And I was more, I guess, concerned, like, I was like, I want like them to have more business, like, with COVID and everything. I was like, I don't know how they're doing, but I really want them to be, supported right now. And so I contacted her, and she let me put a pop-up shop there, and it was so fun. It did amazing that day. So we just put a little table up, and people came in, we promoted it, and we did like a little thing in the beginning. It was kind of fun. We did like a bundle. The first 5 people to buy a coffee and a shirt got like a free mug and pair of socks and that kind of thing. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
it was a really successful day, and I was glad I got to like see a lot of people and talk about it. So
That's cool. I love your branding strategy there, and your marketing. Look at you, you little go-getter, you little sales dynamo. So how did that work? What was give me, I'm not gonna let you off the hook that easy. Were you scared? Were you nervous about approaching that other business owner and saying, hey, I've got this idea. Tell us about that.
I guess, yeah, I was a little nervous because I didn't want to like step on another business and that type of thing. But me and or the owner, like we kind of talked and we got kind of close on, you know, she said she'd love to have a pop-up shop. She said actually that normally she's booked every weekend, and since COVID, like no one has really reached out and wanted to do that. So I was like, I'll do it, you know, like I've never done a pop-up shop before, like that'd be so fun. And so she was really excited about it, and I went in like before leading up to it, you know, setting everything up, and the sign worked out perfect. That was there, and she was like, you can go right in that corner. So yeah, it all worked out, and you know,
Perfect.
we got to kind of like help each other, and she did really good that day too. So
That's outstanding.
Well, I'm all for that sign, you know, because you know me and coffee and conversation, coffee tacos with Jay and Jeff.
Jeff's a coffee freak. He
I
is
am
like,
a bit of a coffee
if he could grow his own beans, he would, but he's not quite to that farm to table. You know, California has a lot of restrictions anyway. So, but you know, what are you going to do? But he's all in on the coffee. So, and that messaging was great. Somebody else, Brandon, what have you got? What jumped out at you when you see that?
Well, and I love the story that she's continuing with, and the overarching thing that I keep hearing is that it's just giving. So not only is she building a business, you know, and the first thing everybody thinks about in business is location and selling, right? Well, she said, well, how about location and then giving? And so what I've been listening to is everything she's doing, she's giving back to somebody that is just coming back to her tenfold, right? So I think that should be a message some people should take away from Malia as well, is like at every turn she's like, we're giving a bundle away to the first 5, you know, people that come in, or if somebody orders a shirt, yeah, I'm gonna sprinkle some stuff on the inside. I mean, and I'll tell you from firsthand, handwritten notes and scriptures inside of the bags, all of that extra stuff. It seems like extra, it seems like too much time, or it seems like it can be a hassle, but that little bit that she's doing is making the person that is purchasing her stuff feel good, and they feel like they're getting something as they're giving her something that she is then turning and giving to somebody else. So yeah. I actually think that's our next slide. We're moving into where this is all actually going and what she's been able to do.
Exactly. And that's this is the pinnacle right here. This is so great. Look at the smiles on both of them. I mean, that could be my mom, you know, and I just seriously was so touched and really sincerely moved by this. The Manna Project obviously is a food pantry type setting, or a food, you know, food bank is what we call them here in Phoenix. Whatever they are, for folks who need a little extra spaghetti sauce and some toilet paper. I mean, it's been a really, really challenging year, and I'm sure that $500 went a really long way. And to know that, man, this wasn't the only $500 check you gave, Malia, you must feel pretty good about this, right?
Yeah, I try and remind myself every day, like it really is like a privilege of like what I'm doing and what I'm getting to experience. And I just feel like the position that I'm in, it's just, I feel really grateful for, because, you know, a lot of times I'm like, I wish I wasn't standing by the check. Like it wasn't me, you know, it was everyone else that bought something. And almost like I had this little idea of like writing everyone's name on like the back. It was like, no, these people were like who made this check possible, not me. And so, yeah, every time I have been able to do that, it's just, I love the experience. It's just, yeah, I'm grateful. I don't feel like it should be me, but I don't know.
But it is you. You're the catalyst. You're the facilitator in this. So it's heartwarming to see that you're saying things like you said. And don't take this the wrong way, because I hated this when I was 19 and people my age said this, but you're doing such great work and showing it at a level of maturity that Jeff and I struggle to reach, quite honestly. So well done. High five. Well done. Tacos up. Jeff, what are you? I can see Jeff. He's almost getting teary eyed over there, this old man.
Well,
Santa
put up
Solomon.
the picture of the check. Put up the picture.
You
of the
got
check.
it.
So before you said that, Malia, I was going to comment on this idea of like, you know, we all see these big checks and they're kind of cool for donations. And my question would have been, what's it like to have signed that big check, Malia Zezo? And the idea that you said it's not about you signing the check and that it's about all these other people whose names should be on it does touch me, because I know you totally get that. And while you're the one, you know, in front of it, I think to acknowledge that, just as you did right here, is just, it's amazing. I hope that the people watch, and even the people that are watching have your kids watch this and understand that whatever age they are, if you can instill this, and look, I don't want to make Dana feel really tall, you know, or really big. I had to do it. Sorry,
dude. Wow.
I don't want to make him, you know, get, you know, really. Sorry, I'm blown up about the great job he's done with his family, and you know, we've gotten a chance to you know, to hang out in many places. We did our cruise, our Sail to Success cruise. That was like awesome together, where we got to hang out. But in any event, I think that parents should have their kids watch this show. I think this is a great year-end wrap-up as we, you know, think back on really what is a horrific year by all accounts, in many ways. But the one thing too, to note that on that table, I noticed this, I didn't comment on, you had sanitizer there, and you're trying to do everything that's proper for this time, which is just odd. But I know that coffee place has probably stimulated some business for them. I know my son's in coffee, and I know what the challenges are in that industry. So that's really what I wanted to, you know, kind of wrap up for my part is, yeah, there are other names that could be on that check, and to acknowledge it is great. So I think this show, to wrap up, to do a pre-Christmas show with this messaging, I just couldn't be more proud to have been a part of this. And I want to thank the folks at Promo Corner and Brandon for orchestrating this, being our producer. And I'm so glad, Brandon, you were able to stay in for the whole show and contribute and be a part of the show. Jay, you are my hero. People have no idea what goes behind, you know, just finding the stuff and the guests. And by the way, if people want to be guests on the show, if you have epic marketing and branding and you want to, I mean, we're dead serious, because it's a specific time slot. But if you have great stuff to share, we want to do it. And so blessed to have Malia here. Last words, Jay, and then we'll maybe.
Well, I was just going to say it's going to be really hard to follow our special guest today, because the content was amazing. And I want to end on this. It's purpose driven. And whatever your purpose is, whether that's a faith-based purpose, whether it's a give back purpose, whether it's the culture of your business, really dig deep during the holidays. And I've said this several times on our shows, is that this has been the year to reset and refocus. And so if you've kind of gotten lost in all of the quote important unquote details of your business, really let that stuff slide for a minute. Don't be irresponsible, but I mean, just focus back to the purpose, reset, and say, why am I doing these things? How is this helping somebody else? How is this gonna benefit our cause or our purpose or our mission? And it cannot be just for the almighty dollar. That's the one thing I think a lot of us have been forced to learn this year. So, Malia, your message is inspirational. You are a dynamo. We're so grateful to have you on today. Like Jeff said, we couldn't have wrapped our show and our end of the year with a Christmas theme better than this. So I am just thrilled to meet you virtually, and I have met the rest of your family. So at some point when the time is right, I can't wait to meet you too.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
I have one more question, because I think everybody should know what I know. Malia, how long have you been doing this? You started this way before everything went down, and you kept it going and continued to build it even through the whole lockdown. So real quick, when did you start it and how did you maintain during the whole lockdown time?
Started it December 2018. Officially like launched it January of 2019. 2019 was a great year. We made 4 $500 donations. This year, we were able to continue to just, keep making new product, and it might have been a little bit slower, but we were still able to make that one recently, that picture you guys saw, which was amazing. So I'm glad that we got to do that this year. And I can't lie, there's definitely been times where I've questioned everything and I'm like, that type of thing. But I've just kept going and tried to remember my purpose of why I'm doing this, and that there are literally people that rely on these places and this food. So, yeah.
Perfect.
Well done. Well, and speaking of keeping with the purpose, this is Tacos Live. So I guess it's time to take a bite, everybody. Tacos up.
Yeah. We do have
Tacos up.
It's been sitting here getting cold, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait. This is the best part of the show, Malia, by the way.
Oh yeah, cold
taco.
Some
tacos.
Doing my taco happy dance. Woo! Well, awesome show. Thank you so much, Brandon. Again, to what Jeff said, Promo Corner, thank you for providing the platform to everybody that's involved back there. All the little people that make this possible.
Wow.
Oh, I know that was just
man, both of you went at it. I appreciate it.
Listen, we resemble that remark. It's not like I am some 6'4" wannabe basketball player either. So
Molly, thank you so much for being on the show. Have a Merry Christmas. Everybody who is watching, you can always comment on these. You can always rewatch them. We do edit these and repost them on Thursday afternoons. So if you missed this live, if you're just catching it now, don't worry about it. We're going to repost it over at Promo Journal on promocorner.com. And of course, it always lives on the Promo Corner Facebook page as well. There's the picture. That's what we're sitting here talking about today. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. Guys, want to tell anybody Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Jeff's choking on his taco. It was that good.
Awesome. All right. We will see you guys in 2021.